Salamun alaikum and welcome to another episode of Quranology Notes, a program on the Quranology Institute's YouTube channel. Today I had planned to present to you some research about chapters 26 to 28, but I will not be doing that. Instead, I will be speaking about the terrorist attack yesterday in London. I was actually quite close to the terrorist attack, although no harm came to me. I was just stuck in traffic for a few hours. And believe me, when you're stuck in traffic and you know that there was a terrorist attack very, very close to you, you get really scared because there's no way you can escape. And if there were other terrorist cells around, that would be the end of you. Seriously, that would be the end. But alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah, nothing happened to me. But I pass my deepest condolences to the victims of yesterday's attack. All 5 of you who died, and the 40 odd people who were injured. My deepest condolences to you, and your family as well. And I must say, this is a travesty. It is really a travesty. And as a Muslim, I find it to be extremely aberrant to the teachings of Islam. And let me tell you why. And this message is also for the people who are contemplating these acts of violence. And let me tell you what exactly Quran says about them. And we don't have to go very deep into Quran yet. Yeah, in chapter 2 itself, very early on, Allah mentions these people. And we start with verse 8, where Allah says, verse 7, where Allah says, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَقُولُ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَبِالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَمَا هُمْ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ. And among mankind, there are those who say, we believe in Allah and we believe in the final day, but they are not with believers. Now imagine that. They think they're believers, but Allah says they are not with believers. So that in itself should sort of point you to that direction, in who you're thinking about. يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهَ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَمَا يُخَادِعُونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُمْ وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ. And they intend to deceive Allah and those who believe, but they do not deceive except their own souls. So they're telling themselves something which is simply not true. They are telling themselves here, and they do not perceive it. وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ. They do not perceive it. Once again, it's dealing with people who think that they're believers. This is very, very interesting. فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضًا فَزَادَهُمُ اللَّهُ مَرَضًا وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ عَلِيمٌ بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْذِبُونَ. In their hearts is a disease, and Allah increases that disease. For them is a painful punishment for what they have belied. What have they belied here? They have belied the system of peace. They have stopped the system of peace from happening. And Allah says they are not with believers. So this is something which those who are contemplating these acts, you need to bear this in mind. This is what God says about these people. And how do we know it is about these people? And this is where the killer blow comes, so to speak. Allah says, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ. And when it is said to them, لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ. Do not make mischief in the land. They say, قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُسْلِمُونَ. Verily, we are the good doers or reformers. So what's the measure here? The measure here is this key phrase, fasad fil ard. Allah says, La tufsidu fil ard. Do not do mischief in the earth. The act itself is called fasad fil ard, mischief on the earth. Fasad implies a state where there is no good that can come of it. It creates damage, destruction. It's chaotic. And if you look at yesterday's events, not just yesterday, look at the events of September 11th, the events of 7/7, any other terrorist event, and you will see the very definition of fasad. So for those who are doing this, you are creating fasad. If you are creating fasad, then you are following the description which Allah has described. Now, I'm not calling anyone disbeliever or anything. All I'm saying is look at yourself, check yourselves, because this is a major thing. Allah, if Allah is calling you a mufsid, one who creates mischief, and you are not with believers, then isn't that against what you are trying to achieve? I mean, surely you want to be among the believers, right? And if you want to be among the believers, you should not be creating mischief on the earth. Instead, you should be bringing peace and doing good in the earth. But hey, this is it. We do not think for ourselves. We do not read Quran for ourselves. Instead, we listen to these mad mullahs who basically, they try to poison our minds with their sick brand of nationalism. This is the problem, really. And our young people, they don't want to think for themselves in case they somehow deviate from the religion, whatever that means. Really, I mean, it's horrible. It's a horrible thought. So, I mean, this is something which we need to keep reminding ourselves, because the more we ignore these events, what will happen is the gap between humanity will increase until we simply fall into it, and really destroy ourselves. So, before I close, I would like to describe to you, I would like to share with you an ayah, a verse of Quran, which I feel is very, very pertinent here. And I have to thank my friend Hind for this, because she pointed me to this early this morning. Chapter 28, verse 77, which says, وَأَبْغِي فِي مَا أَتَاكَ اللَّهُ دَارُ الْآخِرَةِ, and seek what Allah has given to you in the hereafter. Now, the hereafter here does not necessarily mean in the afterlife. It could be in the future as well. وَلَا تَنْسَى نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا, but do not forget your portion in this life or in the immediate period. وَأَحْسِنْ كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ, and do good as Allah has done good for you. So you think about what Allah has done good for you, and you do good to other people. وَلَا أَبْغِي الْفَسَدْ فِي الْأَرْضِ, and do not seek fasad fil ard. Again, we come to that phrase, fasad fil ard, chaos in the land. So Allah is telling you, do good, don't do mischief. And the terrorists are doing mischief and taking away the good. So are they following the path of Allah? Think. This is something we need to seriously think about. Inna Allah la yuhibbul mufsidin, and Allah does not love those people who do fasad. So this is the key point here. The Quran has a specific word to describe these people. And these people are acting, they're holding up the Quran saying, yes, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. No, the Quran has nothing to do with them. The Quran is there to create a system of peace. And these people are taking away your peace. And they have robbed people of their lives, of their health, of their property. And they call themselves Muslimin. It's the irony of this world, I'm afraid. So with that, I close this video, and I hope to see you with some fresh research next week. Stay safe, stay calm, but always be vigilant. And if you see anything or hear anything, do not think you are doing Muslims a favor by shutting up. You are not. You must do your part if we are to win this conflict. Thank you very much, and bye.